today's video, I'm going to review my MBA program at Loyola University in Maryland. I just turned in my final grad school group project, so I'm feeling good right now. But I want to give you guys a review on everything that I've been through. Just summing up the program for somebody who's on the fence about getting an MBA, and they have Loyola as an option. So I go to Loyola University in Maryland. I'm in the part-time MBA program, which means it's after work. Classes are usually 6:30 to 9. Summertime is 6:30 to 9:30. So it's for working professionals. The program is real accommodating to your working schedule. If you have to miss work for a meeting or you're out of town or stuff like that, they're very understanding. But it is a part-time program, so it's going to take a little bit longer because you're taking classes in the evening. But you could speed that up. You could do the program in like a year and a half if you wanted to just really buckle down and take a lot of classes. So there's options, but you have up to 6 years to do it. And the 6 years comes into play really because the program is kind of expensive. It's $42,000 to $39,000. But I think if you test out of classes, you could drop that down to 32. Because I think you could test out of 3 classes, one of them being statistics. So how will it work? And I recommend, like, if you feel like you could do it because you take a test. It's free to take the test. If you get an 80%, you don't have to take the class. So if you get an 80%, you don't have to take the class, but you have to pay $100. So instead of paying the $3,000, because it's $1,000 a credit, so it's like $3,000 a class. So instead of spending that $3,000 with the school, you spend $100, but you get credit for the same course because you show that you're proficient enough in the material, and it would be kind of a waste of your time. So there's ways to bring the cost down. If you're really good, you can bring it down to like $32,000, and so that makes it a lot more doable, especially if you spread it out over 6 years. That's like $5,000 a year or so. So there's ways you can make it work. It's going to take a little bit of effort and energy, but I know one guy who's going through the program slowly. He gets enough tuition reimbursement to take a class a semester, so that's just what he's doing. It's going to take him a while, but it's going to be free. So if you're thinking about it, there's ways you can make it work for you. For me, for example, if I get an A, I get 100% back from my employer, and if I get a B, I get 25% back. So my max liability for the program was 25%. That's why I signed up for the program, because you have to keep a B to stay in the program anyway. So there was no real risk of me getting less than a B average. So the most I was going to pay was 25%, and I'll just drop it down to 40. And so the most I was going to pay was $10,000 for an MBA, and that's a pretty good. I think that's a pretty good return on investment. I think I'll get once I get like a bump in my salary and that kind of stuff down the line. So that's why I did it. For me, it made like financial sense because I didn't have to pay the whole 42 or 32 if you can make it work. Something else I want to say: electives are subpar and they're good. What do I mean by that? The courses that I've taken, because I switched from international business to just general business, that allowed me to just get out the program 1 credit shorter, and I could just take whatever electives I want to take, customize it for me. I've taken data science, and then I took a class, it was an advanced marketing class, where we basically learned how to build like surveys and stuff like that. So what we did in those 2 classes was very advanced. I felt like I learned a lot, like the surveys. I learned how, if I'm developing a new product, how to create a survey to give to customers to see if it's something that would be even viable in the market, and how to make like statistical sense of what they're giving us. And he actually said a couple people have taken their product and started businesses. So I'm entrepreneurial, so that appeals to me. And what is subpar is, like, I first signed up for the international business because I said international business, I'll learn a lot of stuff that fits, and I want to be an international businessman. So I thought that'd be perfect, but the course offerings are extremely lacking if you choose IB. So if you want to do that and you're on like the 6-year program, and then go ahead and do it. But I didn't want to just sit in the program for longer periods of time just to get a concentration in international business. So I decided to just move on from that, because they would offer like 1 class a semester, but the class would be like social responsibility for international firms or something like that. It's like I'm not gonna pay $3,000 to not get any like quantitative skills or get a deeper understanding. Because I basically understand like you have to be responsible and be respectful to the cultures and new places, and treat people ethically. I'm an ethical person, so I'm not gonna pay $3,000 for somebody to tell me to be nice to people. Um, Rigor. I want to say the rigor is good, and it balances out. Some classes for me were like easy, and some classes were hard, so like averaged out to be good. But I feel like the specialization classes, the electives are really good. Both of the ones that I took are really good. I learned a lot of new information. I got to deal with like IBM, Watson. I got a lot of information out of the electives. So the electives that you pick, I think are going to be great for you. Like once you get to the electives, some of the GB stuff, like one of them is business ethics. Most people know to be a good person, but that's a class that you have to take, and there's not much rigor to that. So some of the classes are difficult and challenging, but I will say that the classes aren't. I won't say they're hard or they're challenging. To me, like hard is something like you can't get the answer to, and to me, challenging is something that you can overcome. Like the teachers give you enough work that you can get the work done, but not so much work that you feel like it's busy work, or you feel like they're just challenging you and trying to break you down. Like everyone's had a teacher who was just gave them a lot of work for like no reason. You didn't even retain the information. I feel like they want you to retain the information and apply the information more than anything. So I think it has like the right amount of rigor. So that's something a plus for the university. Usefulness. That's something that's still loading. I don't have the degree technically yet. I'll be finished like in 2 weeks with my classes, but I've been applying to jobs just to see, because I know I was going to make a video on it. I'm probably going to stay at the firm I'm at right now just to see if I get any fish on the line. Nobody's biting, but the University Loyola of Maryland, they have a lot of good resources. Like Beth, Miss Beth Foster, she's helped me out a lot in the program because of my tuition reimbursements. There have been a couple times where like I didn't sign up for classes and I got the money because the money was taking a little bit long to come through for me to pay the classes. If I'm taking a lot of classes, I can't just eat 3 classes. That's $9,000. I can't just eat $9,000 and just wait most of the time. So they were very understanding that I couldn't sign up. I couldn't pay the fee to get my account unlocked, so I could sign up and pay my back balance, and you guys just put me in a class, and they would do that. And I feel like they work with the students. They have a lot of graduate student events. They trying to build or like a rapport with your cohorts. They try to make it like a cohort program almost, as much as they can, with keeping like the flexibility of the part-time MBA is supposed to provide you. So they have a lot of resources on campus, and they actually have this program I'm going to apply for. You can get mentorship. I think that's going to help me professionally, because I think I know what I do want to do investment-wise, but like career-wise at a job, I don't really have like a defined thing I want to do. So I want to talk about that. I want to say that this school is very good. I think like it will give you a lot of quantitative skills on how to do lots of business stuff, but I don't think the school is going to prepare you to be an entrepreneur. They had an entrepreneurship class. I signed up, looked at the curriculum, and I said, no, this isn't going to help me, and I dropped out of that class. So they have a lot of classes where you can build good quantitative skills and put like numbers on marketing, numbers on financial decisions, numbers on like operations, and how to look at this stuff and make like technical decisions. With me having a chemistry undergrad, I really like that, and I feel like that's going to help my business. But the program doesn't like prepare you to go out here and start a business per se. Like it's not going to make you entrepreneurial if you're not an entrepreneurial person already, but it will help you learn how to do some financial calculations so you can know if you're making a good business decision or not. Some of those like IRR is something I didn't really know about till I got to the program, so that helps out a lot. So I want to say, if you're not paying the whole 42,000, I definitely recommend it. If you're paying the whole 42,000, really look at what you want to get out of it. But I think I got some good stuff out of it, and I feel like they didn't get too in the weeds with any of the topics. They set it up so that way you know how to make decisions from the information. Like you don't have to go sit in a class and learn how to build an Excel spreadsheet with all the bells and whistles in it. Um, you learn how to set up the formulas and how to extract, turn that data into information to make decisions. So I really like the program for that aspect. For FI people, I feel like jobs and stuff don't get as much credit as they can deserve, especially if you're in real estate. This is a way you can learn more business skills. It's a prop. What I mean by that is like if you want to start like offerings and stuff like that down the line, those three letters after your name says, "Hey, I'm not just a guy doing this. I understand the fundamentals business wise, and it's not gonna get you in the door for like some of the business and entrepreneurial stuff, but they definitely hold the door open for you because people take it a little bit more seriously. They see those letters after your name, they're like, okay, this guy is legit. You know, your business card, it helps. It helps. So it's a nice prop to have on there, and I feel like for the FI people also, like if you're trying to get, it's going to take you a couple years to get to your point where you're FI. So you might as well try and make the most out of your career. So this is a way, if you buckle down, I finished the program in like 2 years. I started December 2017, fall 2017, finishing December 2019. So it took me like 2 years. So 2 years I could potentially, still load in. I haven't got another job or anything like that, but potentially increase my income a good chunk of change and put some skills in my pocket that are going to help me down the line once I build my runway enough to retire early, and along the line boost my career so that way I can get more loans at the bank and that kind of stuff. So this is Nick signing out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned next week. My tuition reimbursement's coming in, and I'm gonna surprise you guys. Just tune in next week and I'll give you guys a little bit more info. So this is Nick signing out. If you have any questions about Loyola, just drop a comment below. And if you guys like, I might try and see if I can get some of the people I went to school with to give their opinion. Maybe do like a video on that. If you guys would like to see that, just put a comment below. If I get enough comments, I'll go bothering everybody for you guys. So this is Nick signing out. Go Greyhounds.